Sagittarius. So I'm going to dive in and do a really quick reading for you. But first, before we start it, I am going to draw you a native spirit card, the talking stick. This is about people cooperating and communicating. So that's going to set some of the tone for the reading. And one from the Sacred Forest Oracle, both by Denise Linleys. And we have Standing Stones Passage, my favourite. Look at that. That's beautiful. So a sense of a sacred site, maybe ley lines that we're talking about, or passage through portals, and the sense of everybody communicating. We'll look back at those later and see if they make sense. So let's get where you're at internally, Sagittarius. We have got Ten of Wands, the Fool card, and the Page of Cups. So two very naive energies, and one who's very, very beleaguered and full of responsibility. It's as if part of you is taking the burden of some sort of naivety and risk-taking behaviour in yourself or in others, and you can't really cope with it. How it's making you act in the outside is just it's over for you. You don't like it. The second 10 that's arriving here, it might be children that are driving me mad, or some very young energies, but you don't really like this anymore. Maybe this is why we need the talking stick. You need to communicate between these two parts. At the root of the reading is the Seven of Pentacles, which indicates keeping on going even when it feels really hard, because there is a harvest coming. And in the near past, the Two of Wands. So recently starting to look around for somewhere new to be because you're not comfortable, or you want to conquer other lands, really. As a potential outcome, we've got the Six of Cups and the Queen of Wands, which is rather lovely, actually. In this current, again, with this young energy, I feel like what it feels like to me is the Queen of Wands comes in and sorts these two out. You know, we've got the Fool and the Page of Cups in the interior. So it could be parts of yourself, two parts of yourself, or two areas of yourself that are very related to your childhood, might be a little bit naive, might be becoming a bit of a burden to you. And then your sort of wandy self comes in and kind of gets control of them. Or, like I say, it could be actual people that need some of that kind of creative, independent maternal direction that the Queen of Wands would give them, where she doesn't fish for them. She teaches them how to fish, but she certainly sorts them out. In the near future, we've got the Page of Wands. More page energy, more youthful energy, overexcitement. It's very difficult to keep this down. So I like that. There is a lot of energy here, but it seems to be bothering you or becoming burdensome. In your attitude, we've got the Seven of Swords. You're worried about where your power is being stolen. I think by this romantic, risk-taking energy, you're worried it's going to leave you exposed. In your environment, though, we have the Two of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Strength card. It shows that there are two sort of paths. This woman holding these swords, she's not sure quite which way to go yet, but it shows actually that if she could make a decision, you would be moving things forward. There's a sort of impending change in the Wheel of Fortune that you have got the strength to deal with, I think. So it's interesting. You might be underestimating your own strength. And in your hopes and fears, you want things to be morally correct, and you want things to be very clear in this new start. You want the thought processes behind everything to be exactly as they should be. You want some truth, and you want it to be related to sort of moral or spiritual truths, or whatever that represents for you, your deeper knowledge. You don't want to be railroaded by this young energy. And then in the end, as an outcome, we've got the Ace of Pentacles. Something real coming into being that is actually a slow-growing but beautiful result. So it shows that with the two aces that there is something new coming, and with the two tens, maybe you just need to stop resisting it because those cycles have ended. Oh wow. And to clarify, from the Enchanted Forest, we have a second Ace of Pentacles, so that's two Ace of Pentacles together, which is really, really saying there is something being born. Stop resisting it. This youthful energy, if you can let it just work its way through, is actually nothing to be frightened of. Amazing. I'm going to read the little précis from the Ace of Boons, because that's such a lovely affirmation. Prosperity, healing, luck, practical applications of magic, earth elements. That's so beautiful. So basically, the toad's gift to you is a toadstone ring. Toadstones are not the most attractive amulets, perhaps, but their power is legendary. A toadstone is all-purpose antidote and changes colour in the presence of any poison. Toadstone's rings also protect against curses and other supernatural mischief. It's interesting, it's talking about protecting you when you feel so under attack from this youthful energy. It's saying, don't worry, you are protected. This new start is coming. It's not going to be as disruptive as you worry about. In fact, it's giving birth to something new, so sort of allow it. And the Rachel Pollack Shining Tribe deck, let's see what we've got here. One fell out very quickly. The Knower of Rivers. She's a great character. Look at her. She's got a fish and a snake, and she looks very in command. Let's see what she's got to say. The Knower of Rivers. Ten of Rivers. We need to go to the end. Knower of Rivers. So in Précis it says, looking deep into one's own nature, self-knowledge, intuition, discovery of your power, courage, especially the courage to look within yourself. That makes me think of the strength card that we've got in your environment. Like, have courage. You are strong enough to deal with those things that you find a little overwhelming. In many ways, this is the most powerful of the knowers, as shown in the energy lines on his face. That's interesting. Wisdom. So this aged face. The bold strokes on his robe. Such power is a paradox, for think of the Knight of Cups, the champion of water, as a quiet, almost passive figure. The knower of rivers has discovered his own great strength in the mysteries of water, the depths of himself. So he's the King of Cups. So he's gone there with his emotions and he's learnt something from them. He holds a snake and a fish, symbols of imagination and the awakened soul, in a grip that is firm but without harshness. In the outer river, the most elaborate fish and snake swim freely through the lighter waters of emotion. He's not conquered imagination or the soul, for they exist in a world that is beyond winning and losing. Instead, through the courage to know himself, he's joined his conscious self to their great energies. I think that's really beautiful because, look, here's the fish. I can't find you a serpent at the moment, but it's talking about that sort of unbridled energy that you originally find a little bit too much. If you can join with it without conquering it, it actually gives way to, what did it say? You join its unbridled energies. It actually is very, very good for you. You just have to stop resisting it because it's bringing a new birth. So the talking stick, I think, really is about allowing all parts of yourself to speak and cooperate. And this passage in the Standing Stones is as if you're moving through this portal on this starry night. You're daring to go somewhere that could take you to a completely different world. Let's have a couple of cards from the Rider-Waite. Oh my goodness, the third Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, with the Lovers. It's saying, make peace with this, cooperate with this, take this offer from your younger spirit. Don't try and tame it, work with it. There is an amazing, amazing 3 Ace of Pentacles, new actual start coming. It could even be a baby. It could definitely be health. I mean, it's interesting with these youthful energies. For someone here, it could be trying to get pregnant, finding it a very difficult journey. And then with 3 Ace of Pentacles, I would say it's very likely just not to sort of try and control too much. See you again.